Good afternoon. I thought I would take a few moments and discuss some thoughts surrounding mind, body, and spirit. In the coming weeks, I'll be hosting some guests who will share their thoughts relative to the body, mind, and spirit connection. Specifically, we'll be dealing with issues surrounding mental health, mental illness, and the like, given that today so many people are feeling stressed, disconnected, under siege, lacking physicality in the sense of being able to be with family and friends. In other words, human contact and touch is very important for our general sense of well-being. But what I would like to do is start with a definition of mind. Mind can be a set of thinking faculties which include one's cognitive aspects such as your consciousness, your imagination, perceptions, thinking, judgment, language, and memory, as well as non-cognitive aspects such as your emotions. This plays into those parts of our brain which deal with, quote, the mind. Body, of course, is our physical being, our physical structure. Spirit comes from the Latin word spiritum, which means breath. And like breath, spirit is considered a fundamental part of being alive. It's where our emotions and our character stem from. Other words which can be synonymous with breath, perhaps our soul and life. I think it's important during this time when so many of us are experiencing separateness. Those of us who are disconnected perhaps from what's familiar to us, be that the familiar routine of work, interacting with family or friends, particularly if you live by yourself. The uncertainty of the times that we're living in, worldwide, we have people who are dealing with the COVID virus and the impact that it's had on them, the loss of loved ones, grieving. There's a lot that's going on. Generally speaking, I'm the kind of person, I'm upbeat, positive. I'm certainly a pessimist. Nope, excuse me. I'm an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm also a fire sign. I'm Leo, meaning my birth month, which is August, is coming up. I'm ruled by the sun. I love the sun. I love being in the sun. I generally am a happy person. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm extremely fortunate that where I live, which is Florida, I have access to my backyard. I can walk barefoot in my backyard. I have a huge oak tree that I planted that has a hammock underneath it that I try to go and lay in the hammock and just let my mind wander. I'm surrounded by pictures of my loved ones, some of whom are no longer here, but their spirits live on. Music, books, mementos from my travels throughout the world. I have enough to do inside my home and outside my home to keep me busy. I'm also a creative person, so I can always decide that I want to do something creative, be that a vision board or doing something with canvas or sewing. Most recently, I deconstructed and reconstructed an outdoor flag which hangs outside my home, which features the sun symbol, the moon symbol, Saturn, Uranus, stars, and on the other side, I drew a heart, the word love, and the Ankh symbol. I did all that as I was taking a break from finally doing my federal taxes, so I needed to take a mental break. I recognize not everyone has the benefit of being in a space where they feel safe, secure, inspired, creative. I get that for a lot of us during this global timeout, we're anxious, depressed, sad, lonely, discombobulated. I wanted to share some thoughts relative to if you are indeed feeling any of those things, maybe how you can work toward centering yourself. Again, for me, if you have the benefit of being near green space, go outside, walk barefoot. Take the time to be quiet. Observe. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What does your gut or your intuition tell you, if anything? Again, these are processes that you develop over a period of time. I understand not everyone wants to be introspective and take the time to go inward, to look at those parts of yourself that have been hidden, that you buried, because to bring it forth, to bring it into the light, means pain, sorrow. But we have a unique opportunity at this unique time to go deep, to bring up all of those memories, to try to deal with them like an onion, peel back the layers. Be uncomfortable. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. Love yourself. Love others. As fundamentally, it's through the acts of forgiveness, forgiving yourself and forgiving others, through loving yourself and loving others, that we move forward. This past weekend, I had the opportunity to go to the beach. For some reason, though, I've been able to be in nature, be in my yard, engage in gardening, being in the sun, because remember I said I live in Florida, and in Florida we generally have sun almost 365 days of the year, although in the summer months we have sometimes daily torrential downpours. But there's nothing like going to the beach. So I had the opportunity to go to the beach, and for the 2 days I was at the beach, every morning around 6-ish, I was with a total of 4 people. We would get up and trek to the beach, where, yes, we did practice social distancing, but at that time of the morning, rarely did we see anyone. We might have seen for the 2 days a total of 6 people who were either walking along the beach, jogging along the beach, probably doing the same thing that we were doing, which was renewing ourselves, our spirit. So we would get up, we would walk to the beach and watch the sun come up. We would then walk from where we were sitting into the ocean, into the water, and allow the salt water to wash over our bodies. I remember one day I made the comment that the water where I was standing was rough. There were a lot of small stones, pebbles, seashells. I've been to a lot of beaches in my time, and of course we know, depending on where you are in the world, the sand can be white, the water can be blue. It just depends on where you are. There is even, black sand in beaches in Hawaii. On the first day, there was like a sulfur-ish smell to the water. And then on the second day, the water was actually brownish and or blackish in color, which could have been due to the presence of algae or seaweed. Who knows? In any event, I had no sooner said something about the beach being rough to my feet, whatever, or some comment to that effect, when out of nowhere a wave came and literally smacked me upside my face. I guess that was to teach me a lesson. And then a few seconds later, another wave came and smacked me. So I guess that was the universe saying to me, you should be grateful for the fact that you are at the beach, regardless of, there being stones, pebbles, etc., etc. So that indeed was a humbling lesson in being grateful. And I do try to practice gratitude. So the beach tends to have a soothing, calming effect. Just listening to the sound of the water, hitting the sand, or the waves as they come into, as they roll and then they hit the shore, whatever the case might be. It made me appreciate how lucky I was that I could be at the beach. It allowed me to calm my thoughts, to take in the sights of seagulls. On the second day, literally there were swarms of dragonflies that surrounded us. To take in the beauty of being with women who, though we are different races, different cultures, different, some speak more than one language. At that time, we were all there unified as one, taking in the beauty and the majesty of nature. We would leave the beach by 8 o'clock because by 8 or 9, as you can imagine, people would start to stir and they would head to the beach. We will have gotten our fix and then we would go back to our room and sit around, talk, journal. We were lucky to have someone there who had Tibetan bowls and crystal bowls. And it was a very moving and spiritual experience. Again, I do understand perhaps not everyone is spiritual in the sense of understanding or recognizing the beauty that surrounds us each and every day. That there is beauty in nature, in trees, in the water, and how all of those elements impact us. Music. We would listen to music. We would dance. We would move our bodies. We would laugh. I get not everybody has it in them to laugh, to find joy. Because for a lot of us, we are beyond stressed. We are concerned about loss of our jobs, possible loss of our homes, loss of income. These are all things that are on our mind. I would just say to you, each day, take a few moments to drink in the beauty of what is.